This is Teofimo Lopez we have right here. What are we? What is this? Less than 2 weeks, right?
Less than 2 weeks. I leave to DC July 14th, and my fight is July 19th at the MGM National Harbor in DC. And it's for the IBF World Title Eliminator.
That's crazy. First main event, right?
First main event, but not my last.
Not your last. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, what time is it over there? What time is it now?
Oh yeah, I got it right here. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock West Coast time. So it's
1 o'clock in the morning West Coast time. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning my time right now. This is the part the fans don't see. They don't see the hard work and dedication we put in just to bring these interviews to them at all. I mean, you had a hard day. You worked out, had some running around to do, took care of your dog. You got a new dog, right? Somewhere around there.
No. He's over here like humping his bear right now.
But here we are, 1 o'clock in the morning. You're still making time for FightHype.com. We definitely appreciate that, Tio. Definitely appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. As always, anything that we could do to keep the fans updated and always entertained. That's what we're here to do, right? Ain't that right?
That's what's up. You already know. That's what we like to do at FightHype.com.
Shout out to FightHype.com and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So we got. I don't even know how to say what. How do you say this guy's name? Nakatani, right? Nakatani?
Yeah, it's Masayoshi Nakatani.
Wow. So we know you don't watch a lot of film, but you at least know how to say the man's name correctly. That's what's up. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta at least know. You gotta at least know the name or something. You know what I mean?
You gotta know who's gonna be on your resume.
At least, yeah. Who's gonna be on my record? Who's gonna be the next victim? And you gotta put that on a label.
That's what's up. Well, I mean, have you? Again, I know you don't watch a lot of film, but your dad does. Like, do you know anything at all about him other than how to say his name and his record?
He's 18-0, 12 knockouts from Japan. He's basically. So the IBF doesn't have number 1 and number 2 in the lightweight division rated. So he's number 3, I'm number 4. If you really think about it, he's number 1, I'm number 2.
Right.
Fighting for the IBF lightweight world title eliminator. Winner fights Which You Call Me next.
Wait, so he's actually ranked above you?
Yeah.
How'd that happen? Yeah. Who did he fight?
I don't know what he did, but he's actually been there for a minute. He's been there for a good minute now. Yeah. So
that's interesting.
They did. I know. Tell me about it. So, anyways, he's there. He's 5'11", and he likes to use his jab a lot. And I watch. What I do is I literally just watch anywhere from like 10 to 30 seconds of a clip. And right there, I will know what to do just by the experience and everything. So by the stance, on how they look, like the way their stances, and how they throw the jabs and everything. And then right there, I figure everything out. My father does the rest. He looks at longer rounds. He sees how the fighter looks after a certain amount of rounds. See if he gets fatigued and all that stuff. Like, he studies those things. Me, I just look at the stance and how does he throw his jab, and that's it.
So you can kind of get an idea of what to expect just based off the stance that you see.
Yeah, because, from the amateurs was a big platform right there from all the experience, going from fighting southpaws to boxers to fast fighters, strong fighters, orthodox, awkward fighters, so on. The list goes on and on. And so from that experience and that, and all that, and actually getting to the Olympic Games, the highest pinnacle, basically pedigree that you could reach in the sport of amateur boxing, you get to witness all of that stuff, even the European style, all that. So he's from Japan, so they have hard motherfucking heads. But let's see what he could take when we chop him down and bring him and then come up top.
Damn. I can't even say you're giving the game plan away because that's pretty basic. Yeah, I mean that's the first thing they teach you is to do that body work anyway. So, right?
But do they do it though?
No, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't.
But
you do. So I already know that.
Yeah. I mean, it showed with Ellis Tatley.
No doubt, no doubt. So I know that like your training's a little different this time around, right? Like you've got a nutritionist or something like that. Like what exactly are you doing differently?
All right. So what we have differently is I've always done my training camps since my going into I believe my eighth fight or ninth fight professionally. No, eighth fight professionally. I've been doing my camps in Vegas. In Las Vegas. So from my 8th fight all the way to my 13th, they all been in Vegas. What are we doing differently though? I'm not staying with my mother or my father, who is my coach. My mother was my nutritionist. She is no longer my nutritionist. And I always tell my mom though, I'm like, nobody will ever take the label away that you're my mother. No woman, nobody in the world. I told her that you've gotten me this far in my career with the little bit of knowledge that you have and that you know. And look how far we've gotten. If anything, be happy. But what we have now is three women, 3 different nutritionists, and 3 older women. But the company is called Perfecting Athletes. So in this end, Top Rank got me a house here in Vegas. A big house, actually. I thought they were just going to give me an apartment, but they got me a nice big house, you know.
Damn.
A trampoline outside, a basketball court, a pool table. Like, it's big. Damn. You know, so. And then we have the nutritionist.
You ain't even champ yet, and they gave you all that shit.
Tell me about it, you know. So they're excited about this, you know. But this was a top ranked move with the nutritioning part. And we said, okay. You know, they really want to keep that pushing for that 135 division. They want me to stay there as long as I can to make, you know, the mega fight happen that everybody wants to see, you know. And I don't even have to say the guy's name, but that's the fight that everybody wants to see. So we have the nutritionist to see if I can still make the 135 division. You know what I mean? And that's the big test come weigh-in day. July 18th is the big test, not July 19th. July 19th, I got this. I know what to do. What is the big test is July 18th. How am I going to feel during the weigh-ins? How am I going to feel before weigh-ins? How am I going to feel after weigh-ins? So all those things are really in the works right now, you know. And I told Bob when he sat me and my father down and my manager, we were at the office in Top Rank. Excuse me. And we talked about this. And I told Bob, I'm going to do exactly everything that I have to do, right, with the nutritionist and everything. I'm going to follow everything and go by that. And if I still can't, and if it's difficult for me to make 135, I'll go just enough to become world champion at 35, because I've been at this weight for 6 years now. And then afterwards, I'm just going to go up to 40.
Damn.
You know, but right now it's step by step. You know, you can't overlook it. You can't look past that right now. You know what I mean? And so a lot of things, I mean, the nutritioning part is different, you know. Perfecting Athletes have actually worked with Terence Crawford for the past, for his last 19 fights.
Oh, wow.
So they've been with him since.
So they know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing, you know. They give me multivitamins and all these things, supplements. Not anything illegal or anything. Everything is VADA and USADA approved. So all these things are all basically anything like from herbal. Everything's all natural. You know, and everything, man. I'm drinking over a gallon a day, at least over a gallon a day of water. And that's like the most. It would be hard for me to even drink a gallon for like just a week. So right now we're on schedule. I'm at 146 right now. You know, they like me at a certain weight, you know, and during fight week, and basically everything else is just really water weight. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm excited, man. I really am. And at the same time, I want to see if I can still make 35. I really want to see. I want to see if it's been the lack of water or any of those things. Or it's just that, honestly, I'm just getting bigger, and my body's like, I'm not doing this no more.
Right.
So and that, at the end of the day, will show Top Rank Like, I'm not bullshitting here. My body just doesn't want to go. And it'll show everybody at the same time, I ain't bullshitting. My body just doesn't want to. I cannot make 35 no more. I'm a big 135 pounder.
Yeah, yeah. Has it been a difficult adjustment going from, you know, where it was just you, your mom, your dad, just like a smaller team, to now having, you know, I mean, like you said, you have like 3 people basically who are making sure you're eating right and drinking right and everything. So there's a lot more people around. Has that been difficult to adjust to, or?
You know what it is now? Yeah, you know, in the beginning, but what I like the sense that, you know, everything's on schedule. There's a certain period of time. I get to eat. I have 3 meals a day, and I have 2 snacks in between. You know what I mean? I used to, during our camps, I used to train real late. You know, we're night shift. Me and my father, that's how we do things. And I'll probably get in like at least maybe 2 meals in, you know, and without anything else, you know. And that was just it. So I think what I like now is that I get to eat more. I get to have snacks in between. I get to drink a lot more water. And right now I'm at 146, 11 pounds. That's good. If and they actually, what I love about it now is that their main thing is, even during fight week, that is still the same regimen. That's still the same thing. They don't change that.
Damn.
You eat 3 times. You eat 3 times a day. Even during weigh-in, they actually have you eat before you're about to weigh in. They'll have you eat, go lose the weight, and then so you take everything out and then bring it back in.
Damn. How will you know, like, come weigh-in time? I mean, when you made 135 last time or the time before, like, was there a certain feeling you had where you felt like, man, this isn't going to be right? Like, is that what you're going to be looking for when you actually step on the scale, is to see if you have that same type of feeling, or?
Yeah, I want to see how I am, you know. And at the end of the day, perfecting athletes in Top Rank, they have a lot on their shoulders. They have a lot of weight because I'm gonna follow everything. And at the end of the day, if my body, and I'm gonna do exactly everything as much as I can to make the weight. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't go according to plan, it's not my fault. You know, I mean, it's my fault in the sense of I try to make 35, but you know, I don't want to think in a negative way. So I'm gonna do anything and everything to make sure that we stay. I even told them, bring me down to 134. To show that, hey, we can still do this. You know, I want to make this happen. I really want to make this happen to see if I can still make this weight. You know, that's the thing. So the adjustment, I do feel it. You know, these last 2 fights, I felt it. What I feel is those last 2 pounds. Last fight was those last 4 pounds that killed me. You know, so let's see what happens this time around.
So I'm just going to assume that you're going to make the weight, but even if you do make the weight, if it didn't feel right making it, is there still a possibility where you're going to be like, nope, I mean, I know I made the weight, but I just can't do this anymore?
Yeah, there'll be a possibility. You know, I'll see if, because from there, you know, I don't know, we don't know how many months or anything we'll have afterwards. You know, we can't overlook Nakatani, but we don't know how many fights or afterwards we're gonna have until we fight Comey. You know, until we fight Comey. So that's still in the works. We don't know and everything. So my main thing is, like, what I'm trying to get at least is get something out of being, you know, fighting for 6 years now at 135 pounds. You know what I mean? And see what we could do. If my body, depending how I feel afterwards and everything, and then I'll talk to them. I'll sit them down and be like, listen, I felt like this and I felt like that. So either they could find a solution or I'm moving up to 140. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, your fight's July 19th. It's like one day before Senator Pacquiao steps into the ring to fight Keith Thurman. Is that, like, does that bother you at all? I mean, your fight's the same week that Manny Pacquiao's fight. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Don't care?
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah?
It's a good thing. You know why? Because it's going to be a fun week of boxing. Teofimo gets a highlight reel, whatever. I'm going to predict it. You know what I mean? Because I'm that confident in myself, not cocky, ladies and gentlemen, but confident in myself, knowing that I know what I'm capable of doing. And after that, if everything goes well, right? You know, we can't overlook anybody, like we said. And then after that, you guys get to see not only that, but Caleb Plant, you know, defend his title against Mike Lee. Then you have, after that, on pay-per-view, you have Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. It's just great overall. It's going to be a great night and a great week of boxing for everybody. So tune in on the ESPN Plus app, July 19th, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And you guys can watch Teofimo Lopez do his thing. Like he always says, take over.
You got your celebration ready?
Actually, you know, I always do. You know, but for these past couple of fights, you know, I just think about it during fight week. You know, I take some time. Whenever I have time, if it's not working out, it's media. But whenever I have time, I just think about these things, look it up, see what celebration I could probably come up with next. You know, we're in D.C., and I know that, you know, Baltimore Ravens, you know, you never know. I might hit the Ray Lewis.